All right, guys, I'll see if I can do this here. So, debriefing on, just trying to find a good place to walk Wavy, but she's always pulling. All she does is pull on the leash. I don't know, can you see that place? It's pretty cool, pretty happening. Maybe I'll walk over here and see what's over here. Walk towards the bridge, the first bridge that goes over to Key Largo. So, okay, what was this worth it? Was this trip worth it? In some ways, yes. In some ways, no. I will never go to the Keys again. Wayne and I have talked about it. You know, would you come here with a boat? And you know, if I was going to come to the Keys again, I would definitely come in a boat. And I think he agrees. And the reason why is because it is so frickin' crowded down here. I mean, it is wall to wall people and traffic. I mean, maybe it's a time of year, maybe it's just a busy time of year or something, but my goodness, it is wall to wall frickin' people. If you go to Starbucks, you're standing in line for half an hour. If you go to Publix, you're sliding through the aisle sideways to try to get something. It is traffic, just every stoplight. You have to wait two rounds of the light. Wall to wall freaking people down here. Now, when you get up into the northern Keys, like, well, basically Key Largo is the first one, you know, then it's a lot mellower, and we're in a mellower spot now. But the farther down you get, in my opinion, it just degenerates, disintegrates, or whatever the word would be. And finally, when you get to Key West, now, I get it. It's a bucket list thing. I've had it too. I've always, you know, thought I want to get to touch the can. I didn't get to touch the can. You guys have seen the footage. There's a line around the corner just to have your picture taken in front of the can. That's why we kind of, you know, went and did what we did. You know, I mean, I'm always trying not to get these rants into these deep, you know, ruts and philosophical tirades, but I mean, it's hard for me because I think like that. I mean, there's too many people. There's just too many people on this rock and space. I don't know how else to put it. And it blows your mind when you realize that America, in the whole scheme of things, compared to Africa and compared to Asia especially, we're actually, you know, not, I mean, they're stacked like cordwood out there, okay? So it just blows my mind when you pan back enough to kind of understand what's going on. You know, and of course, you know, we could go on a vacation to Kansas somewhere, and it would probably, you wouldn't see another person for 15 miles. I get it. It's weird how this modern world has concentrated into these small places. You know, I listened to a podcaster who says, you know, humanity's like a coral reef. You know, if you're out in the ocean and you're just floating around, you're not going to see a fish for miles and miles. But if you come up to a coral reef, there's just, you know, fish everywhere, right? It's like, it's the same with humanity. We've all just concentrated in these small spaces. And something like the Keys, everybody wants to come here. Another thing, I mean, this is all just common sense, but there's so much money down here. I mean, we're Wayne and I, the way we're doing it right now, we're an anomaly. We're doing on scooters, and we're doing on a budget and sleeping in the trees and stuff. I mean, it basically is, we're living like the homeless. Now, neither Wayne or I are exactly homeless, right? But not too far removed from that. But there really is just loads of money and people just spending, you know, $400 a night for a room. And I'm serious. $400 a night in Key West to stay at a Hyatt Inn or something. If you want to stay at like the Margaritaville or something like that, it'll be more, $500 or $600 a night. Okay. So, and then there's the homeless, and then there are a few people in the middle that are living on their boats and living in their vans, or we talked to many bartenders and servers and stuff that are like, they have 3 roommates and they're paying $1,000 a piece. I mean, their rent is like $2,800 to $4,000 a month for a condo. Why they're doing that, I have no idea, but they have their reasons, right? So, you know, I know, you know, stuff like this is supposed to be, you know, this is all about adventure and a scooter trip and stuff like that. But you find yourself being, you know, a person that thinks a lot. That's one reason why I ride so much, you know, is I get time to think. You start to extrapolate and go a little deeper into the issues, and it's like there's a whole lot more going on than just rolling down the road at 40 miles an hour on a scooter, okay? Our economy is broken. We don't really have capitalism in this country anymore. We have crony capitalism at best, and I think it's worse than that even, you know, beyond the scope of this rant. But America's broken. I mean, there basically is just the rich and the poor. And if you do find yourself to be middle class, I'm going to see if I can switch my hands here, guys. Let me do it here. I'll do it like this. If you find yourself to be, what is the middle class anymore? I mean, so if there is, you know, middle class folks out here, right, driving Toyota Siennas and, you know, staying at the cheapest place they can find with their 2 kids, God bless them. Well, they're doing it for a week and they've blown their vacation budget for the year, is really what it comes down to. So I don't know what the answer is, guys. I mean, I'm glad, you know, get back to kind of the focus of this trip and the debriefing of this particular little adventure that Wayne and I did. You know, I'll let Wayne speak for himself, but I think, you know, we both enjoyed it. We both were glad we did it. I've asked him, like, you know, are you glad you took a little week off, you know, and did this thing? And he says he is, you know, and I feel the same. But hold on a second. Let me gather my thoughts. Well, howdy guys and gals. I'm gonna talk kind of loud here because it's windy and I can't really get out of the wind. In fact, hold on a second. Wavey's also gonna trip somebody. So I want to show you this spot here. Hopefully you can hear me okay. It's along one of these promenades, and hold on, somebody thinks I'm filming them. They don't know it's turned around. Let me just turn the phone around. So this is, I don't even know what this area is, but there's a lot of, you know, let's call them humble boats. There's some houseboats and there's some sunken boats, and this is probably where I would bring my boat. At least, you know, actually I've seen some better spots. They're actually very secluded, and, you know, a shallow draft boat like the Vagabond or even the barge could get up into. This one right here, I don't have my glasses on, so I'm kind of winging it, but I think that I'm showing you the one there's one that's sunk. And hold on a second. Oh man, anyways, hopefully, let me turn the phone back around. So this is an interesting spot. I keep going by it in the scooter, and I'm like, you know, I want to stop and show it to you just to get kind of a flavor of Key West. Now there's a lot of different flavors. You know, there's lots of money, and there's I don't know, hold on a second. So I'm just going to aim at my own scooter here. You know, I'm not going to say everybody, but there's a lot of paranoid folks that are like, they don't realize you're doing the selfie mode, and they're like, don't film me, and it's like, okay, fine. But you can see there's folks that probably have the boats, and they bring their scooters and bicycles over here, and I think only half of them probably run, but yeah, this is kind of a neat little area. I see some houseboats in there and stuff, and, you know, at the end of the day, no one owns this. I can film it if I want.
Brenton and Wavey. We have made it almost 450 miles.
picture. I was just gonna stand here.
Oh yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Hold on. Stay there. Stay.
Saturday and Sunday when there's the temperature. You're gonna need more than reindeer. You're gonna need
We'll be in.
Stay.
Why so strong?
cheese. I don't know. Din 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 din.
Yep.
I know a lot of people have gone down.
It'd be a good picture over here.
God, that's just $3 grand, you know, and especially in Key West. No, Vermont. Yeah.
Okay guys, check this out. We have, ever since we got up this morning, this helicopter has been circling the woods. Now there's other people living in these woods, some like camps and stuff they've made, but they've come right over the top of us. They've kind of went slow. They're probably looking at us with cameras. I mean, it sounds like we're being crazy here, but like Wayne, has this helicopter been flying around here for about an hour?
Yeah, probably an hour.
Yeah, right over the top of us.
And I mean, he's been right on top of us.
Yeah, like he's just been like just going slowly by, just looking at us. It's like, oh boy. So Wayne here stays in a hammock, sets up a hammock. I'm gonna watch this closely because several people have told me I should get off the ground and out of a tent and into a hammock, and I want to see how this works.
Yeah, they're really good, but you do have to have the trees. You know, if you don't have the trees, you're kind of
You really can't use them without the trees.
Yeah,
eh?
you can't. Yeah, you're kind of screwed. But and this one here's gotten some abuse, so it's kind of taken a beating.
What do they cost?
This one I think is $100. I think with the mosquito netting, whatever.